One mini world, one creation dream.
To the pool frenzy one. Okay, guys? So first thing, as always, we have some requirements, okay? So first one is the mine. The mine is different to the mine that we already created. This one is going to be based on the bully. The bully is this move that this movement that just hits you, okay? We also need an area. We need two different like scripts, and we have like some specific triggers. Before continuing, let's build them up. For this one, what you have to do is just keep a hold in the middle and create this scenario. Check how I construct it. In the middle, away from everything, I put the area where the actual move or the start is going to be created, okay? So Kenzie is asking me which is my favorite junk food. Oh, that's very hard because there is a lot of junk food that is very, very enjoyable. Let's say burgers is not, because I love burgers, but it's not my favorite. I'm going to say that Arabian fast food is the best for me, like kebabs and I don't know, shawarmas and pitas, and all of those things are really amazing for me. So moving back, check this, guys, okay? Check that my floor has at least 3 blocks of security part because the players are going to be spawned around the borders. So be sure that you have 1, 2, and 3 blocks at least for the player to move, and you can add an extra layer from 2 blocks. Why the extra layer? Well, there is an error with MiniWord, and when you are using this tool, okay, and this is very common here, and is that when you are using this tool, most of the times the starts are going to be just like falling before they reach you. So just put that area where the players can just move down below and just try to copy this. Also for the mines, as you see, the mines also are hard to try to just get into that area, okay? So how do you are going to do that, okay? Now I will not how to more like how I pulled it. Also, be sure that you place some parts where the players can hide behind, because once more, the players can pull other players, not just the mines here. So be sure that the players can protect themselves. And so I put those columns that are going to be just 1 by 1 block, so the players will be able to do this. And when something spawn here, they will be able to use the gun to just pull the starts, okay? So first thing first, we are going to start with the registration. Once more, for the registration, just stay on the middle of your map. When you are in the middle, just take here the coordinates for your map, okay? So when you take the coordinates for your map, what you are going to go is just go to register like all your maps, and we are going to add that one, okay? I have it right here already created. It's Pool Frenzy once more, but I just going to show you very quick once more how do you do the registration. So you copy and paste this part that you're already supposed to have here, or that you know already where to get it. On here, on ID, we are going to replace the ID. So we have 1, 2, 3. This is going to be the number 4. Then you delete this, you put the notation marks, and you put the name of this one. In my case, it's going to be Pool Frenzy. Okay, Frenzy. Right here, you put the coordinates. I already got it right here. So I'm not going to go deeper on that one because you already know how to replace this by coordinates. The spawn methods, once more, check your map. In this one, we need to spawn the players around the corners. So if we spawn the players around the corners, this is going to be the number 2, okay? Remember, 1 is going to be any part of the map in random location inside your minimap, or your minigame, sorry. and 2 is going to be around the borders. Finally, number 3 is going to be just around the center. And the coin methods, what do you think is going to be the number, okay? Remember, it's going to be 0 is nothing, no spawn coin. 1 is going to be random point. 2, it's going to be around the borders, and 3 is going to be around the center. So think a little bit how you are going to create this one. So we got the players around the edge, and we have a small point in the center. So if you think that the number is going to be 3, you almost right. That probably should be the reason, but this is very important. We cannot do this for this specific one because we need the coin to spawn just in the same location all the time, okay? And what it's going to do, the number 3 that is around the center, is going to spawn 6 blocks around the center, and we don't have that. So we are going to spawn this manually. For this, you are going to put a 0. 0 means no coins, means that we are personally going to create a system for this one, okay? And remember, in any map that you want a different way to get the stars, that random or picking the stars, like spawn them randomly, just choose the number 0. So with that, are not going to spawn, okay? So on this one, we already got the registration, okay? Very important, that's the first thing. Now that we have the registration, we are going to create the different things here. So we are going to start with Switch Monster. Switch Monster is a specific trigger that allows us to have like some chances, like let's say 50% chances to spawn the star or to spawn a different monster, okay? And that's the first thing that we are going to do. Why we do this? Because this is going to be like different or very related, okay? So we are going to go to extra dynamics, okay? Sorry, extra dynamics, no. We are going to go to useful triggers, guys, and we are going to add a new trigger, okay? The trigger is going to be named as a switch monster, okay? When you hit switch monster, guys, we need to create it from 0, okay? But what we are going to do for switch monsters, first we are going to add a condition. The condition is going to be the next one, numerical comparison, okay? And welcome you again, and welcome to Anna. I forgot to check the chat. I see that you are accessing, and welcome to the class, okay? So we are going to select numerical comparison, guys. And when you are in numerical comparison, you are going to choose a random number. This is going to be very similar to the ones that we do when we want to check a random chance to get something. So it's going to be almost the same, okay? Random number, it's going to be in between 0 and 100, and it needs to be less or equal to, but the difference is right here. We are going to create a new variable. Be sure you use the same name, that is going to be random change. First one in uppercase, the C also is going to be in uppercase, all the others are going to be in lowercase, and very important, guys, no spaces, okay? That's going to be the condition, and what we are going to do is that we are going to select this one that says set spawn creature as a null creature. How do you do that? What you are going to do is going right here, assigned, and select creature type, okay? Please don't choose this one, you are going to choose this one. Remember, this is going to be for a specific existing creature, and this is going to check the mob ID if it's a chicken or a cow or whatever it is, okay? So once you check that, you are going to select in the first one, you are going to create a new variable that is going to be spawn creature, and the second one is going to be another variable that is going to be spawn creature, but you are going to put alt at the end. So let me explain what it's going to do. This is going to have a random chance to change the creature that you are going to tell the game into another creature. So every time that you spawn a creature and this is activated, you have like 50 or 30% chance to switch the creature to whatever creature you wanted. In this case, what we are going to do is to have 50% chances to change the starts when they spawn to mine, okay? That's going to be the second requirement. Okay, so we already got this. Now, very important, guys. This is not required for this minigame, but it's something that will help you out, okay? So, now that we create this, and that we got this also, okay? So we are going to move back to map registration, and we are going to put some specific configuration for the music, okay? Right, where you can find this, where you are going to find this, okay? So just go to the existing site, the site that we always check. Remember, guys, that you have like JavaScripts. Remember, this link is going to be into the description as always. And just let me move this also. Okay. So what you are going to do is just go once more to MiniGames, open the one that says Library Shortcuts, and on this one you are going to find the one that says Music Controls, okay? And this is very easy to use. What you are going to do is just paste it over your registry or down below your registration, and on here you have like different variables. This works very similar to the rules. First one is how much extension or extra pitch you are going to give to your map. With this, you can control how fast the music it is. So in my case, at the beginning, I just put 1.0, okay? The custom music mode, it's something specifically that allows you to choose some options, okay? So if you realize while you are playing and every round is going to increase the speed of the music a little bit, so the players are going to feel more tension in the game, okay? If you don't want that to work, just put a 0 on here. On here you have the description. 0 is equals to no tension. 1 is going to be tension altered. That means that you can choose whatever number. And also you have shortcuts. If you want the music to be fast, just put a 2 on there. And if you want the music to be slow, just put a 3 on there. You can keep it like it is right now. The music volume is how, well, it's self-explanatory. It's the volume for the music. If you put 100, it's going to be full volume. If you put 200, it's going to be the double. And in this case, it's just the 40% of the music. Also, you can choose the track and the folder, which I'm going to explain later. But very important, this is going to be at the end. So this allows you to play the music. Just copy and paste like you find right here. And that's going to be it. You don't have to do any changes, but in case you want to do more changes, just select whatever you want to choose here, okay? Once more, this is going to be a custom system for your music. Okay, now just save it on here. And we have the music, the switch monster. Now we need to do those two, okay? So let's start by creating the area. This is the one easiest to make. Just in the center of your arena, create a basic area, the one that you are seeing in the screen, okay? Remember, once more, I just teach you how to do this. Just select F3, select the number 1, and select the initial and the end point of your area, okay? Rename it, very important, as a pool, so you are not going to forget where is it, okay? Pool Frenzy. Because if you forgot to put names on your areas, probably when you got a lot of them, or yeah, in the regions, when you got a lot of them, you are going to be completely messed up. So don't forget to put a name on it. Once you have it created, just press back here to move to normal mode. And we are going to create the mob, okay? For creating the mob or the creature, just add a new one. Hit a new, but very important, guys, don't hit create, sorry. Don't hit on here, that's not the one. We are going to edit a creature. And the creature that we are going to edit is the one that is being called monsters, and it's being called bully, okay? Very important, guys, don't choose this one. Once more, choose this one, the one that is just right here on the corner, because this one is a tamed one. We need the full behavior for this one, okay? All right, so when you create this creature, you can put just a different model from the normal mine. I use this one that has like the orange indicators on the top, and it's going to have almost the same setup of your previous mine. Remember, in the first class or the second, we create a mine, okay? The mine is that one that when you hit is going to push you up. It's the same setup. So remember, health is going to be a little bit bigger here. It's going to be 140. Attack is going to be 1. Speed, this is change. So you need to turn it on and you are going to put 100. So the mine is going to be able to search for the players. In battle, our attack range is going to be 0.1. View field, and this is very important, change this. This is one of the most important values. It's going to be 8. So it's only going to follow or attack the player if it can see it. Attack needs to be on. Attack type is going to be melee, assault mode, automatic. And you don't have to put anything else. But very important, guys. Okay, I already got it right here. But you are going to put once more on here a partial trigger, okay? It's the same trigger here that we use for the other mine. Remember the other one that is going to be the one that we create at the beginning, that is this one, that is very similar. It's just the same, okay? So just put the same information here. And with that, we are going to have the second mine, okay? So difference once more, the previous one that the one that we create for the ice brawl, for the ice scenario, that is going to be this one, is the one that doesn't follow. It's just stay under, and every time that you touch that mine, you are going to be pushed out. This one is just the same, but this one can follow you. So if you're around here, the mine is going to just get close to you, and every time it gets closer, it has the chance to just doing like I don't know how to call it, but it's going to move very fast to you and hit you and do an explosion, and you are going to just go away from the room, okay? And with this, we also have the second one that is going to be the mine, okay? Remember to put a name for it. I put it follow mine. And right now we can start creating our map information for this one. So once more, let's start with the triggers, okay? So once more, we are going to move to MiniGames. We are going to add a new one, and you are going to put the name of Pool Frenzy for this trigger, okay? Now, also create the one that says MiniGames loop. So you are going to create a new trigger, and the name of the trigger is going to be Pool Frenzy loop, okay? It's going to be just the same. And once you do that, we are going to move to Pool Frenzy, okay? So what is going to be different for this one? It's going to have all the information that you have for the normal one, like the meteor one, but the difference is that this one is going to give you an item. Once more, this item is like not the normal item that you are going to give to the players. This is going to be an item that is going to be auto-deleted after the game ends, okay? And then we are going to create the minigame loop. Once more, this is turnable, so that's going to be on or off. And what it's going to do is just using another trigger that we already have it, that is gem timer. And the only thing that it does is spawn, but it's going to spawn 50% to chances to spawn start, 50% chances to spawn a mine. This mine that we create over here. So let's start with Pool Frenzy on minigames. Remember, we are going to do the starting one. So once more, we already create this one, but remember you can do just copy and paste the meteor one, and you are going to have the next information. The event is going to be the same. The first condition is going to be the same, but on here, you are going to put the same number, okay? So you see a 5 here, because in my registration right here, not with this one, but right here, I already got all my maps registered, and Pool Frenzy was the number 5, okay? So just use the same number. Of course, I'm going to delete this one. Use the same number that you do for the registration, okay? And in Pool Frenzy, you are going to put the number 5. Once more, we are going to at first set up the rules. So just hit on the script that are rules. Right now, I'm going to change once more here. And can jump is going to be 25. We are going to allow the players to jump, but we didn't need them to jump. So just put 25 is going to be enough. can speed is going to be the movement speed. I put an 8 on it, so they are not going to be that much fast, but they can move. Can move is going to be true. Can use items as they are going to use this specific plugate crossbow needs to be true. Can be attacked, true. Can be killed, true. And very important, guys, can pick up items also needs to be true. Okay? Oh, actually, don't worry. We already copied those. Scripts from previous classes. So right now it's very easy, guys. Remember, we already did this. You only need to copy the previous steps. Okay. Now on this one, after you put that, just put here the rules. Okay. The rules, no more like the information or what the players have to do. So in here is going to be use your tool to pick up stars, okay? Now, very important, once more, we need to change this. Of course, we got it in Meteor, so just go to MiniGames loops and select the one that says Pull Frenzy Loop, okay? Once we got it, we are going to add just a simple thing, okay? So remember the last class, we create a specific trigger that will allow us to give a player some items. We are going to do that. So just go to Assigned, select Item Type Setup, okay? And you should have already created this variable that is inventory one. We create that specific function, and we are going to set up as a plugger crossbow. So where you can find that? So just go here to template library, and in tools, right here, you will be able to find it right here. It's the plugger crossbow, okay? And to give this item to the player, just go here, player, obtain items or add items, and we are going, sorry, that's not the way, truly sorry. It's going to be actions, player group, perform or operate trigger on a player set. That's going to be very important, guys, because we already created this trigger. And on the previous classes, we create this one that says function set items. Remember that? We are going to use that one. And it's going to be executed for all the players, okay? But very important, choose players in team, and we need to choose a team number one. We don't want like your servers to have this item, okay? And that's it. Once you got it, we are already up with this one, okay? That's just to give it a coin. As you see, it's very easy, very fast. Then we are going to go to mini players loop, and we are going to scroll down, and you are going to select Pull Frenzy, okay? This one, you don't need to copy from other ones. We need to, well, actually you can do it, but it's going to have the next conditions, okay? Defend, and this is very important. Usually you have it like this, like minigame. No, for this one, you are going to select gem timer, okay? And very important, guys, be sure that you got the same name here, okay? Check this, I got it like hem timer, okay? We already created this before, but be sure that you have it like the way it is. If you have a different name for that variable, be sure that you change it for gem timer. Remember, uppercase in the beginning, uppercase in the T, and lower cases, no spaces. The condition is going to be the same that we always use, but instead of minigame timer, we are going to have gem timer here. Once more, to create this condition, just select Math Numerical Compilation, or you can choose Tool and determine timer time. On this one, expand and put gem timer equals to 1. Very important, minigame needs to be equals to 5 or to the number that you put on it. In your case, it's going to be 4, but that's very important. To do this, just go Math Numerical Compilation, and in the first one, select minigame equals to the number that you put on, okay? Very important, guys. In my case, it's going to be the number 5. In your case, it's going to be the number 4, okay? That's going to be very important because I have a different number. And what we are going to do is just a simple thing, okay? So first, we are going to add a sound. The sound is the sound that the players are going to hear before the map starts. And the sound, as always, we are going to put it like this. Just a second here. So the sound is going to be players. It's going to be turn on effects, and this is going to be different to the others because most of the times we choose this one. We are going to choose this one. And the sound is going to be in the central location of area. And we are going to select the area that we just created. Remember that we created Pool Frenzy area? Well, you are going to select that one, choose area, and Pool Frenzy. It's the one in the middle, okay? And the sound is whatever sound you want it. I put this one, it's just to warn the players that something is going to happen. Okay? So once you have that sound, we are going to wait 3 seconds. Once more to wait, I just hit here, timer, and waiting time. Okay? And once more, you are going to pause just by 3 seconds. Remember 0.3, because we don't want that much time. We just want the players to warn the players like some seconds before we spawn the coin. And we are going to do the next thing. We are going to do the next thing. We are going to go here. Okay, timer, operate random gem timer, and we are going to select gem timer. And this is very important. We are going to generate any number between number 2 and number 5. So remember this, you will find it right here into math and random number. Why we do this? We are going to make the sound, but we are going to spawn like the coin some seconds after, okay? And repeated timer is going to be as true. Once we do this, now it's the part where you can choose, or we can tell the game which are going to be like the different creatures that we are going to operate. And this is very easy, guys, to change this, as we already create like previously this specific new condition that is being called switch monster that we create some seconds after, or before, sorry. We are just going to move back here, and we are going to do 3 setups before doing that, okay? So how do you do that? First, select here, and you are going to select assign, okay? Assigned creature type, okay? And when you got creature type, you are going to select from here, from the variables, spawn creature, okay? And on here, you are going to select your stars. In my case, the stars actually are being called as a gem. I got it right here. This is going to be my star mob. Okay, then copy and paste that one on the same trigger, but on here you are going to choose not this one, the second one, that is Alt, and here you are going to select the mine, the moving mine that you just created. Probably you are not going to find it in custom because we added a creature, so you need to go to mobs, and on here you can see that is the mine that I just created instead of the position of the bully that was the original creature, okay? And then we are going to add another assigned that is going to be the chances that this creature is going to change. So just select here, select value setup, and in value setup you are going to select random chance, okay? And it's going to have 35% chances to switch the creature. Once more, this is going to be something that you can reuse all the time, so take note of this. Whenever you want to have like a random creature that could be this one or the other one, just use the same trigger that I teach. Finally, we need to execute that, so just go here, trigger, and the one that says operate trigger, that is going to be the first one, and finally just do operate function monster trigger. Remember, we create this a little bit ago, okay? We create this one that says switch monster, okay? And the conditions needs to be true, okay? All right, so what it's going to do those four, okay? Those four are going to tell the game to use this trigger once more, and what this trigger does is take all the information and tell the game, okay, if these conditions are true, we are going to switch the creature. That's it, it's just to check if we are going to change the creature, and right after that we can create the creature. But how we are going to create a creature? Just do as normal, create a creature, But very important, guys. On here in create, we are going to in template library not select any kind of monster. Instead of that, we are going to change or select the variable that is going to be a spawn creature, okay? And then we are going to select where we are going to create it. Of course, we are going to select central location of an area. And we are going to select Pool Frenzy. Pool Frenzy, once more, is the one that we just created some minutes ago. So select Pool Frenzy and belongs to no team. And that's it. Oh, I forgot this. As this is a loop, probably you got it like this, you are going to turn it off, okay? All right. So right now we have 2 games. If you try and test out by yourself, you will find out that actually you will be able to play this, okay? And you are going to receive the items and it's completely playable, okay? But very important, probably an error that you will find is that from now on, every time that it spawns is going to change into a creature, okay? And this is very important, guys. This is a book from MiniWord, okay? And this is a big book that you need to resolve. Every time that you add a minigame, to avoid that the minigames repeat over and over, you need to go back to brain, okay? And in brain, remember that we were turning off like the wall folder for the triggers. Like as an example, this turns off all the loops here. And this turns off all the extra dynamics. Okay. Something that happens to MiniWord is for some reason that is going to turn off just the triggers that are inside the folder at the moment you add this, okay? So if you find out that something doesn't turn off completely by itself every time that you add a new dynamic or a new game, what you have to do is just go back to brain and just do this. It's very odd, it's very like, what? It's very normal, but you have to do it. Just go back to brain, to the break one, and select the one that says change minigames loop to state off. That is going to turn off everything, and just reselect that one, okay? That means that you are going to have to trigger set and select again the same category. I know it's completely like out, but this is going to refresh that and it's going to take back all the different triggers that you put on here, okay? And just do the same with extra dynamics, okay? And you have to do this every time that you add an extra dynamic or every time that you do an extra game. And that's it. With that, we have 2 games working, okay? For now, I'm going to teach you this, and is how to measure the quality of your maps, okay? So, very important, guys, apart from the game creations, you have to have a method to measure your quality, okay? So, how it works, how it's going to work, it's very easy, guys, okay? So, I have a method, this is one to just discard some problems. So what happened is the next thing. Most of the times when you are creating a map, you didn't know which part left to have a good map, okay? So this is like a basic guide that you can use to know the basic things that your map needs to have to be considered as a good map, okay? Very important, once more, this is very important. Not all the maps are going to have the same way, and this doesn't assure actually that your map is going to be the best map, but is going to discard some normal or common problems in most of the maps, okay? And that's something that I use always to qualify my maps, okay? So, the way I do it, and the way that is the easiest way to do it, is that I have here, I have already created a rubric or something that you can use to check the quality of your maps, okay? So it's something that is being called a quality guide, and let me show you in the screen. You are going to see it, and it's this, okay? Don't worry, I'm going to give you the link for this later. And how it works, guys, this is an Excel like guide that will show you the different values that you are going to have for the quality of your map. Probably you are kind of confused right now. I know it's not the most useful thing, not useful, it's very useful, but the visual part is not very good. But let me explain. At the left, at these sides, you have like the different topics for checking your map quality. And right here on the top, you have like the QR report, okay? This is going to tell you how good is your map from the technical part, of course, not the playable part, because that's not going to be okay. So in here you need some basic information that you need to fill for your map. On here is going to give you a score. You see that for single player, the quality of my map is bad, okay? For multiplayer is worst, and for monetization is bad too. Right now everything is bad. Overall we have a bad map because we haven't followed the next things, okay? So first thing, try to fill this information right here. And guys, once more, this is not something that you need to do all the times, but it's going to tell you how your map can have a better downloads and better quality, okay? Don't worry, I'm going to give you the link for this later, so you are going to have. And don't worry, you only have to answer yes or no, and this is going to do the calculations by itself. So once we fill this information, the map is going to change. As an example, if I don't have anything here, as you see, the quality is being reduced by itself, okay? So once more, when I fill it, it gets increased a little bit. And on here you have some basic questions, okay guys? So as an example, I'm going to do about my map. In my map, players can win? Yes, they can win. All right? So the player or your map is in playable mode, you have to check. Mine is already submitted in playable mode, so it's going to be a yes. The last version has been shared and uploaded to the server. That's very important because sometimes you have unplayable, but you forgot to update your map, and the map that is in the server is with low quality, is having some problems, so mine is already with the last version. As you see, this is changed. It's still on bad, but it's changed along we move it. It has a custom tombs. Yes, my map have it. Let me show you here. A custom tombs means that you don't have a generic one, because if you put a generic one, of course, probably you are not going to look that professional. So it has it, yes. And if we check here, we are already in the 29%. Okay, maximum amount of players is equals to 1 or more of 1, yes. Players can access after the map has started, yes, that's very important, because when you put that the players cannot access, probably most of your players are going to play alone, okay? Teams with custom setup, yes, at the beginning I show you how to do that, and this is very useful. The playable area, it's going to be 64 and it's playable at 32 blocks. Mine is playable even with less than that, so I'm going to put a yes on every one of them. As you see, it's just answer custom questions, and as you see, the quality of the map is changing, okay? And at the end, you will have like a different qualifications, okay? So just I'm going to show you very quickly, as we don't have that much time. I'm going to do a resume, but take the time for every one of the questions. So as you see, 61% is just by having those basic checklists that you can do by yourself. You're going to have 61. Also, we have a multiplier one that will allow you to choose things that you can test before publishing your map. So you will be able to be sure that your map is going to have a cool quality, okay? Once more, you have 3 options here. You have no, skip, and yes. Okay, when you choose most of them, as you see, you are going to have a basic quality. Also, you have a quality for the lobby area, okay? And also for your inventory, if the player has started items, and all the different errors that you can make can be resolved this. So when you work in a map, be sure that you follow the rule one for one. Also, you have a monetization part in case you want to get some money. As an example, I'm going to put like this. And also a branding for yourself. That means that you can increase the way that the players perceive. So if you see right here, when you get most of the things done, you are going to have on here that you have a good map, okay? And also if you got the excellent one, that means that in that category, your map is very good. So as you see with this, you have like a real way to just see how your map it's going and if it's working, okay?